The Speaker S169, the Artistic Recognition for Talented Students Act, or the Arts Act, would help introduce promising young students who have won either the Congressional Art Competition or the Congressional App Challenge to the intellectual property system by waiving the fee for these students to apply for a copyright for their winning work. I applaud Mr. Jeffries for introducing the House version of this bipartisan bicameral legislation with Ms. Mace, along with several of my colleagues on the Judiciary Committee, including Intellectual Property Subcommittee Chairman Johnson and Ranking Member Issa, Mr. Cicilline, and Ms. Sparks. The bill was passed under suspension last year. We are pleased today to take up passage of the Senate version of the bill, championed by Senators Leahy and Tillis, so that the bill will pass both chambers and become law. We in this chamber know just how important intellectual property rights are to our country and our economy. Yet studies show that awareness of intellectual property is lacking among the country's students, even if they pursue fields that are IP intensive. The Arts Act helps close this awareness gap early on and allows these students to participate in the intellectual property system without a financial burden. What it also does is helps build the farm team for all of those who will be protecting intellectual property in the future. It gives them a sense of ownership, and it ties them to the Constitution, because intellectual property certainly is part of that constitutional privilege and constitutional rights and constitutional protection. Property rights are very important, and that is what intellectual property is. It builds on Congress' work to encourage the creativity of our nation's youth with the establishment of the Congressional Art Competition and the Congressional App Challenge more. Year after year in both these competitions, the talent our students display is remarkable. I know it well in the candidates that I have seen and the choices that our Arts Committee in Houston in the 18th Congressional District have made. They are brilliant, and the apps are equally so. Year after year in both of these competitions, we see outstanding work. Through both, we continue to see our youth encouraged to develop their artistic and technical talents as Congress intended. The Arts Act makes these competitions even more impactful. Under the bill, the students may apply to register a copyright for their winning work or winning app for free. This introduces these students to the intellectual property system and the benefits of copyright protection. Again, a constitutional right. Under current law, the Register of Copyrights cannot waive these fees on her own. The Arts Act amends the Copyright Act to allow such a fee waiver for these specific circumstances. Building the farm team, again, is so very important. Once again, I applaud the sponsors of the bill for bringing this important legislation forward, which will aid the next generation of creators and innovators. I urge my colleagues to support this passage, and I reserve the balance of my time.